Hey guys, Spider here. This is Black Ops 2 Transit Zombies. This is my starting strategy. I'm going to bring it to you guys. And we're going to start off right off the bat with these 4 zombies that are in the starting area. This is solo, 6 bullets each, and then a knife kill for each of these zombies. If you can line them up, those bullets will travel through the first zombie and hit the second zombie. You can double your points right there with your bullets, just like I did. So we're going to build the turbine, and we're just going to finish off these zombies. We're going to leave 1 zombie and 1 zombie only at the end of this round, and we're going to get on the bus. So, and make sure you repair your windows. Hey, I'm a point whore. I am a point whore. I'll tell you that right now. And we're going to finish off the turbine here, and we're going to grab the turbine and just finish off these 1 or 2 remaining zombies. Leave the one that's outside that window. And you might actually be out of ammo. Most of the times I am totally out of ammo at the end of this round. We're going to grab a quick revive. Again, a good solo strategy. Obviously, if you're playing multiplayer, I wouldn't really worry about quick revive, to be honest. But we're obviously going to grab it here. And the power is not going to be on anyway. When you play co-op, you won't actually have the power on for your quick revive. Okay, always grab the bus part. There are 3 bus parts, 4 locations. We'll be checking them all. And get this guy out of that starting area. If you actually leave him in there, if you close the door and grab your turbine with him still in there, he will die. And I think 99% of the time he will die. And you will be forced to start the next round, which we don't want to do, okay? We want to get to where we need to go here before that happens. So we're going to travel next to the diner. The next spot in the diner is where we're going to get our second bus components. You may or may not want to put that ladder on the bus. If you put it there, then you can't use it to get the Galvanuckles. And if you're wondering about how to get the Galvanuckles, I'll link you, or try to link you, to a video where we show where that location is. We're going to go in here in the diner, in that shed. Again, don't have to spend any points to do so. And we get the cow catcher grill for the bus. We're going to throw it on there. And then our next stop is going to be the abandoned power station. We're here at the farm, though, first, and all I do is, in order to try to get the bus to go faster, to start off, you know, instead of waiting at the stop, just get off, get back on, and close the door. Okay, we're at the abandoned power station. We're going to open the door here, and we have to turn the power on. There are 3 components. The hand. That's hilarious, though. I wonder, again, is that Peter's hand? I don't know. Anyways, we're going to put the hand at this workbench, and then you have the switch and the control panel, and we'll get the power on. There's the switch. And this is going to be uncut. The only thing I'm cutting out are the travel times. So when we're on the bus for the majority of it. And okay, let's go grab the control panel.
Well, look at this. Yeah.
And we'll throw that on there. Turn the power on.
Oh, mercy, mercy.
And we're going to get the heck out of here. You can use your turbine to get out this door. We don't need to wait for the power to turn on. It takes like, I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute for the power to actually come on. So we're going to drop down here, right where we started, where we got off the bus. And this is where we're going to build up our points. And we can build up our points. The zombies respawn there. He was actually trapped in that lower area. That's why he respawned, because I used the turbine to open the door, and it had closed behind me, and the power wasn't on. The power just went on right then, so he was trapped down there. That's why he respawned. Okay, so we're going to sit here for a few rounds and build up some points. We've got 1,100, and the reason why I like this spot is because you have the AK-74U right on the wall here. And we're going to try and knife some of these guys. No need to waste your ammo on round 2. You just got to be careful. I mean, if there are if they're more than one zombie, beside each other, like right there, then I'll end up shooting them. or if they're on fire. There's Richtofen talking to us. He doesn't want the power on. Or he wants the power on, that's right. It's Dr. Maxis that wants it off. Okay, so round 3. Again, I like this spot right here. There are actually 3 riser locations. One directly behind me, one directly in front of me, and one up the hill right near where you actually purchase the 74U. And then you have the rest of the zombies that come in here. Some will jump over the car, like right there, and some will come in towards that second riser location. They'll jump over the boxes or the fence that's in there. Just want to make sure that you keep an eye on those riser locations. If you're spending too much time looking out towards the road and taking those zombies out, and then you have to fall back, if you're not paying attention to where these risers are coming in, then you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Alright, so that's the end of round 3. What I generally do on solo is you can stay here pretty safely up until the end of round 5. And the thing that actually happens in this playthrough that I'm recording is that I run into some shitty situations, and I end up having to stay here until round 6. So it's actually good in a way because it shows you what can happen, and the fact that you can survive here, you know, fairly easily up until the end of round 6 at least, before you want to get jugged. So our goal here is obviously, you know, we want to build points. And we want to be able to go and open the door in the town and get our Juggernog. And really, you only need 3,250 points in order to do that. The one door into the bank is, sorry, not the bank, but the top door in, what is that? I don't even know what the building that is. It's across from the bank and kitty corner to the bar. But you go up there, it's $750 for the door, and it's $2,500 for jugs. So, I mean, you could even do that, you know, here at the end of round 4. But we're going to stay here and build up some more points regardless. It's a little bit, you know, it depends on what you're comfortable with. You can run zombies at the town, and I can link you guys to my videos that I did for my first playthrough in town, and you know, I got up to round 23 or something, kind of messing around a little bit, and you know, just running circles in the town. So you can do that. Just to, again, it all depends on what you're comfortable with. So you can stay here for a little bit longer if you want. So we're, like I said, we're going to go to at least round 5, and you'll see what happens, and we end up having to go to round 6. My strategy for co-op, and I will put up a video at some point with 4 players, but it's fairly similar to what we're doing here. It's just more coordination with your team as to where everybody is, which zombies they're killing, and coordination of your points. Because with co-op, you want to try and get to Jug more quickly than what we're doing here. Just because it does get pretty hectic with the number of zombies that come in. So, and this is the problem here, and you'll see why with insta-kill, because I'm knifing the zombies. If the zombie drops something, then you'll instantly pick it up, and that's what gets us into trouble here. And this is also some good variety here, because we have to deal with the Avogadro, the electrical dude. Look at that. So this is actually really good to give you a good example of some of the crap that can happen when you get into trouble here. So we're like beat red. What the hell, man? But he's fairly easy to deal with in most instances. Like, once he's actually down here, you can almost just avoid him. And that's the reason. Okay, it wasn't the insta-kill. I thought maybe it was the insta-kill that I picked up a nuke. But it was because I was beat red, there was only one zombie left, and I didn't want to run by him because there's tight quarters right there, and I was afraid that if I did run by him, that he would swipe me, and if he did, I'd be dead, right? I mean, I was beat red. I couldn't take another hit. So, unfortunately, we got to deal with round 6. And one of the things that I'm going to put together as well is kind of a tips and tactics video. I did grab that nuke just because it was at the very beginning of the round, and I wasn't concerned that there wouldn't be any more zombies that would spawn in. But yeah, like a tips and tactics video, because you see me sort of ADSing and then firing and then backing out of ADS and then ADSing again, and I'm really just using the auto aim system to help me get. You know, most times I'm hitting them in the chest, and with the recoil, once we get up to rounds 4, 5, or 6, with the recoil in the 74U, it actually pulls it right up to their heads, and I get a ton of headshots. The other thing that you probably want to do before you have Jug is travel on the bus. But the bus is left, so I'm actually going to travel by hoofing it, and you have to deal with the denizens of the fog and the forest without Jug, but it's usually not a problem. The only problem that you run into is when the zombies catch up to you and start hitting you from behind while the guy's on your head scratching your eyes out. But regardless, I mean, you can, if you want to wait for the bus, all you have to do is run circles around the zombie right here and just wait for the bus to come back. But we're not going to do that. I mean, it just left. I'm just doing it to show you, basically. But it just left, so we're going to, like I said, we're going to haul ass over there and have to deal with some of these dudes that jump on our heads. It's when you're not used to it as well, I'll just say, when you're not used to running in this fog, it's kind of difficult. I mean, you get turned around quite easily, so I really wouldn't suggest doing this unless you're fairly comfortable with the map at this point in time. At least they give you, some good light. And look at that, the zombie died. That generally doesn't happen. If the zombie's a runner, if he's a crawler, he will die like that. But generally speaking, if he's a runner, he wouldn't die. And I'm not sure why the zombie died in that instance, but he did. And the reason why I'm getting some trophies as well is that I'm doing this on a separate account because I was working on some stuff for my compilation videos for the Tower of Babel for Richthofen in Maxis. So we're just going to keep running towards the light. The zombies still spawn in fairly slowly. And the first order of business is to get up into the building and grab some Jug. So that's exactly what we're going to do.
That smell's never coming out of this shirt.
What if that's a hotel? I don't know. I can't remember. I don't remember actually looking at the sign. Okay, so $750 opened up the store. Like I said, you only need $32.50. $750 plus $2,500 for the Jug, and then we can work the town. Work the town if you want.
Strong as an ox.
You can stand up here. The zombies don't actually jump up here. If you're at the farmhouse, that's a different story because they actually jump up on the second level deck of the house, but they're not going to jump up here. So we can sit here all we want, and if we do run into some trouble, then we can just simply drop down, like we did right there. So we're going to finish off the remaining zombies, except for one. It does get a little tight in here, though. It's easier running this area. Like I said, if I linked you to that video, it's easier running this area when it's on the survival map because there are cars blocking that roadway to the right. So you don't have to deal with zombies coming in there. But in this case, I mean, it's still not too bad. I mean, I have done it in Tranzit. But you want to be used to it, that's all. Alright, so I have no ammo left. One other tip I will say is, generally speaking, I only leave one zombie, but usually by round 5 and up, with one zombie, they actually run, as fast as possible. If you leave 2 zombies, like I did there, then they generally, they'll run slower. They're actually running slower. If I were to kill one, the remaining zombie would run a lot faster. But then dealing with 2 zombies on the bus is kind of a pain in the ass. So we checked that location in that room. That's another bus component location. Like I said at the beginning, there are 4 locations, but only 3 bus components. So one of the locations will not have a bus component, and it happened to be that one. There's one other location that we haven't checked. It's at the farmhouse, and we're just gonna hop in the bus here. And this is what I mean by dealing with 2 zombies. They start running off. I can't even talk. I am gonna so catch up on my sleep this weekend. They start running after the bus, and they actually get onto the bus and start tearing down the boards and the windows. And we'll show you that. Look at it. Look at how fast they run. As soon as you get into that fog area, they start running like crazy. So I don't want to deal with 2 zombies on the bus, so we're gonna take care of one. And just prevent the other one from coming on. Okay, so we're back at the diner. Now, you can do a number of things. I mean, we have another... Like, look at our points, right? We have 9,800 points. We can get a weapon. We can get speed cola. I believe, I just want to double check here, that both doors are 750 points. So 750 points into the garage for the weapon box. And it always starts there. Weapon box is always there initially. And then 750 to get your quick revive. And also, if you saved the ladder, you could go in there and post it up to get your Galvan Knuckles if you want. Now we're grabbing the B-23R simply because it's on the bus. So, you know, if you're running, let's say you're at the farmhouse and you don't want the shotgun, you want to build points. I mean, there's always ammo available when the bus comes around, and so that's a good deal. You do the AK-74U and the B-23R. You have 74U ammo at the power plant. You have 23R ammo on the bus. That's the fourth location for the bus components at the farmhouse, and we got the ladder, so we're going to apply it to the bus. Just makes it easier to deal with the bus, because in some locations you can't, you know, unless you have the ladder, you may not be able to get on the bus unless you open the door. And for instance, in town, that's one location is at the bank. Your double tap is in the barn, 2nd level, if you want it. And I didn't actually show Stamina Up. Stamina Up is in the bar in the town. So if you want that, it's your choice of perks or whatever. And what we'll probably do a little later on is show you some strategies for running with zombies at various locations on the map. And that's it. So I go back here and get some AK-74U ammo. Finish off the zombie, and that's our starting strategy right there. It's pretty effective, and it works both solo and co-op, although there are some differences. But like I said, I will post up a co-op guide at some point, probably next week. I need a little break this weekend, unfortunately. And there's some other stuff that I want to do with campaign videos, and I haven't even touched multiplayer. So I hope you guys enjoyed. That's it for now. I'm Spider, and I'm out.